There's a reason why you only see certain women wearing fur coats, and if you pay closer attention, you'll see that they all have one thing in common. So let's break down the psychology of fur coats and the type of women that wear them.
This is gonna sound so stupid, but this is like when Batman puts on a suit. I don't know how else to say it. Like, just that type of armor. That was... I hope that makes sense. And in general, a fur coat to me symbolizes strength, structure, the matriarchy. I think a fur coat is a good spell. The fur coat is just such a dynamic and compelling wardrobe piece. And there's a reason why some women wear them and some don't. And this isn't to put women against each other, but we'll get into that later. Let's talk about the type of women that wear fur coats. So I wanted to see, of course, with any of my videos, if anyone feels the way I do. And I found this one website titled We Love Fur, who I believe is owned by Samantha de Revises. Samantha is a fur and fashion sustainability enthusiast. She's written countless articles about fashion and fur sustainability. There was this one though that I came across that I found very funny, but also interesting. But basically, Samantha talks about how she has a crush on this girl and she knows her from high school. She used to be very arrogant and just like full of herself, I guess. But somehow they made their way around to go on a date together. So she goes to her house, picks her up, and the girl comes out wearing a fur coat, a black fur coat, black heels, black pantyhose, and curly hair. And the girl gets in the car and she's fondling her fur sleeves and playing with her hair. And she's just like, she knows I'm attracted to her. She knows how beautiful she is. And it's driving me crazy, basically. Anyway, they arrive at the restaurant and they get seated. Obviously, when you're inside a restaurant, you usually take your big coat off. So that's what the girl does. Samantha described this moment as a light turning off. Like all of a sudden, the spark and intrigue that she had in this woman was gone, which is crazy to say because the woman is still the woman without the fur coat. It's not like some magic potion where she took it and suddenly turned beautiful and it wore off. But that's how it made Samantha feel, which is crazy. To think of a fur coat similar to like a beauty potion or something, I don't know. She also mentioned that in that moment, it seemed like the woman lost all of her sensuality and appeal, which is ironic to say according to Samantha, because usually your sex appeal and sensuality is gained by wearing less and being more stripped down, but she in that moment preferred a woman fully clothed. So now it has Samantha questioning if the whole allure about her was the fur coat all along, and maybe she was more attracted, not obviously sexually or anything, but to the fur coat than the woman wearing it. She also mentioned that this fur coat was animated with her and came to life, and that's why she was so irresistible in the fur coat. What also stood out was this quote from her as well.
Wearing a fox, sable, chinchilla, lynx, and mink fur in all its variations also means this. Wearing power, attraction, luxury, it means feeling elegant and improving yourself and assessing a level that is unparalleled to others.
Which is such a beautiful way to describe the transformative feeling of putting on something that is luxurious, beautiful, and just larger than life. So let's talk about the type of women that wear fur coats. The first one is the assertive woman. The second one is the dreamer. The third is the artist. And the fourth is the Capricorn woman. Although I'm not that knowledgeable about astrology, the one thing that I do know is that Capricorn women, they are boss. Like they always get done. They don't do the emotional fluff thing. Like they're very like dry and cut and straight to the point, but that's how they become successful. But Capricorn women, the fur coat is theirs because it's everything that they are. They're powerful, they are go-getters, they are bold. I love that about Capricorn women. Whenever I'm slacking in my own pursuits, I'm like, what would a Capricorn woman do? Like she would not do this. She would just go out and make shit happen, and I channel that. So yeah, Capricorn women definitely should, if they don't, wear fur coats. The next is older women. Now what I mean by that is my age and up, because you know, we went in. The sixth one is a goal-oriented, business-savvy woman, or a diva. But what's so interesting is that all of these archetypes could be found in just one woman. I also read this other article by Alex Romanoff, and he basically broke down the history of fur coats from prehistoric times to modern time. But to summarize that as well, he basically mentioned that in prehistoric times, women and men, when they wore fur coats, it was just about survival and staying warm. There was no other element to it as far as style style or mating.
And then as time moved on, it became a signal. For men, it was when they went out to hunt and they brought back the fur, to see a woman sporting that signaled to them that this person or this woman could be a strong partner and that they could have a strong lineage because of that. And then it signaled to them that this woman could be a great mother as well.
This also has me thinking about the modern woman, Rihanna. Rihanna is someone who's always sported fur, whether it be a fur scarf, a fur coat, a fur hat. Like, she understands what fur symbolizes, and I think her wearing fur is so fitting to who she is because she is very business savvy. She's beautiful, versatile, all the things. Like, Rihanna is everything. And so it only makes sense for her to wear fur because that's what fur symbolizes. I also think about the avant-garde woman like Grace Jones. Grace Jones is also someone who is very... Grace Jones, she's also everything. There's also the fictional women like Carrie Bradshaw, Cruella de Vil, Fran Dresser, and so many more. I will say though, whenever a show or a movie wants to portray a woman as ditzy or just so into fashion and nothing else, or a complete, they're oftentimes wearing something elaborate as a fur coat. Now, Cruella de Vil is actually evil. Like, she just skinned those babies and put them on her back. That's not cool. But yeah, pay attention to female villains and what they're often wearing. Like, it's always like something complex, like a fur coat or something similar. I also thought about Alex or Alexis Colby and Dominique Devereaux. I'm not sure, I think it was called Dynasty or something, some show that they played in. But they were oftentimes dressed in fur as well. And obviously back then in general, people sported fur so much more than they do now, and casually at that. But overall, I just feel like if you're a woman who is sure of herself, is confident in what she's doing, has ambition and plans and goals, wear a fur coat and tell me how you feel. Like, report back to me. Or if you do have a fur coat and you do feel the way that I'm explaining, and you do also perceive other people who wear fur coats the way I also explained, let me know as well. But yeah, the fur coat is so magical, and that's why I love them so much.
This Friday through Sunday only, the After Thanksgiving Mink Coat Sale at May Company. 50% off every full-length mink coat. Save on exquisite, luxurious mink, just $1,999. Save on elegant mink with tone-on-tone fox tuxedo, only $2,199. And legendary silky, lightweight female mink, just $2,999. Plus, you may buy now with no payment due until March. Save on every full-length mink coat during the After Thanksgiving Mink Coat Sale. This Friday through Sunday only at May Company.
It's our greatest fur sale ever at Belk Simpson. Save 25 to 50% on hundreds of Evans furs. Sale ends Saturday.
Picture yourself in one of these magnificent furs. You could spend a lifetime dreaming about it, or you can make that dream come true. Now at Burlington Coat Factory. Burlington sells magnificent furs like those you see at the finest furriers, but at far lower prices. And there's a great selection of furs on sale. Right